Chapter 11. Dead Wrong. The damp prison air hangs heavy with the revelation of your ancestors' innocence. I can't believe it all this time. You reread the fragile paper in your hands over and over, trying to make sense of your new reality. Sam, are you okay? I know this is a lot. I think I just need a minute. Of course, whatever you need. Come on, guys, let's step out and give Sam some space. Together, they head for the door, but as the room starts to clear out, you find yourself panicking more. Actually, I'm not sure I can do this myself. As the intimacy of what you're about to ask dawns on you, you look between your friends, your eyes traveling to one in particular. We have Tyson, Lucky, Zare. I'm gonna go with Tyson. Would have been Coda, but you know. At once, his look of wide-eyed concern melts into a shy smile, and you feel a rush of comfort wash over you. Of course. Lucky and I will just wait outside. Let us know when you're better. As the door settles closed, Tyson slips his hand in his pockets and leans against the desk. I've got to admit, when I first read the news, I thought you'd be happy. I am. I mean, to know that I'm not descended from a mass murderer is great. You gather the handful of papers from the warden's desk, but as you stare down at the evidence, a sadness washes over you. But I just always felt like I was cursed or something, like I was responsible for paying for what Joseph Campbell did. But it hurts so much more to know that he was innocent and all anyone knows are the lies they see in the movies. Tyson inches closer, slides the documents out of your hands. But you know, and I know, Lucky, there, together, we'll make sure everyone knows what a hero Joseph Campbell really was. As the weight lifts off of your shoulders, you let out a sigh, and everything becomes crystal clear. I may be lucky enough to set the record straight for my family member, but who's gonna do that for Brian? Well, Sam, you have a big heart. It's one of those things I cherish most about you, but Brian's no angel. I don't think we're gonna find anything about that exonerates him here. If anything, we'll find more proof of the evil he's caused. It may be better to let sleeping dogs lie. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I've got to at least try, please, Ty. I need you on my side for this. I don't think I can do it alone. Your eyes find him in the darkness, begging him for everything in you, until finally he sighs. I'm always on your side, Sam, always. He shoots you a smile, and a thrill rushes through you. You have a minor epiphany. Being around Tyson always makes me feel like I can do anything, and right now there's only one thing I want to do. Your eyes flicker down to the stubble of his jawline, longing to feel it rough against you, and for a split second you both hesitate, your eyes meeting in close quarters. By the way, you can call in more than just Tyson, apparently. This app is called Choices after all. I'm glad you just figured this out after a 5-year hiatus. Would you like to make out with yourself? What the hell? No one. Tyson. There. Lucky. Tyson. Can they come in one at a time? Anyway, anticipation crackles in the air. Before you know it, you surge forward, pressing your lips to his. He matches you movement for movement as you pull back to catch your breath. His eyes remain closed, savoring the moment. I'm not complaining, but, what brought that on? I don't know how much time we have left or what we're gonna do when we leave this room. I just know I want to feel alive right now with you. Tyson's eyes flutter open. As they land on you, you find them full of dark desire that leaves your knees weak and trembling. Then allow me to be the one to remind you just how alive you are. He pulls out a knife! No, I'm kidding. At that, Tyson dips his head, capturing your lips again, and his hands crush your body, taking in every inch with a hungry, appreciative touch. The intensity of his kiss has your head spinning, and you wrap your arms around his neck to hold on for all you're worth. Ty, I should let my hands wander. Pull him down to my neck. Pull him down to my neck. As you grip the back of his neck and guide him lower, Tyson ravages your throat, licking, biting, sucking until you're left quaking in his grasp. Where on God Green's earth did you learn that? You like it? From videos. Before you can ask, he presses a soft kiss to the hollow of your throat, then works his way back up. His tongue darts out, leaving a lazy trail over your pulse point, and as his lips form a seal, he sucks gently, making you moan. I'd say something a little stronger than like, but yes, absolutely. His lips leave a trail of fire in their wake, and as he makes his way up to your jawline, he hums contentedly. You taste so good. I could kiss you here all day. Then why don't you? Because I can think of 1,000 more places I want to explore. Oh, you won't catch me stopping you. His mouth claims yours once more. This time a new ferocity spurred within him. As he catches your bottom lip in his teeth, you can't help but moan in his mouth. Oh God. You'll have to tell me if it's too much. Don't stop. He takes a step forward, using his body to move you back, and as you stumble into the desk, you grind against him, desperate to feel all of him. Sam. His heightened moans only urge you forward. You claw at his clothes, the only thing separating you from the heat of his skin. These are getting in the way. Do you mind if I... No, God, no. Here, let me. Panting, he struggles to get his jacket off, and you grab hold of it, bunching the fabric as you slip it off of his shoulders. God. Let's not waste any time. I want as much of you as I can have, and I want it now. Before the jacket has even hit the floor, you're practically ripping his hoodie off his body, revealing the bare skin that's just been out of reach. Take it. I'm yours. All of yours. Your hands trace the taut ridges of his hat. Tyson moans unabashedly at the sensation, his eyes flutter closed. Damn, and I known I was going to get that response. I'd have done this sooner. Tyson's cheeks go pink, and immediately his mouth clamps closed, stifling the next noise. Sorry, I forgot they were right outside. Oh, I don't care. I want to hear you. You slip your fingers into his belt loops and give his hips a yank, dragging him closer to fiddle with the buttons of his jeans. Tyson rests his head on your shoulders as he moans in your ear. You lean back and admire the view of his half-naked body until he reaches for you. I think it's my turn. Tyson makes quick work of your clothing. In one fluid motion, he sinks to his knees, brushing his lips down the center of your chest on the way. As he locks eyes with you, the intensity reflected back makes you shudder, and in an instant you bend at the waist, desperate to have his lips back on yours. Sam. In the frenzy, you find yourself on top of the desk, Tyson wedged in a space between your thighs, and as your chests heave against each other, you exist as nothing more than a mess of soft, needy lips, warm and eager skin. Tyson takes your head in his hands and you give in to him. She presses a series of slow, soft kisses to your lips. I can't get enough of you, Sam. Having you here like this. He trails a lazy hand down your neck and chest before finally stopping to grip your hips. This is everything. You lean into his touch, craving more. I feel the same way, but we can't stay here forever. Just one more. His breath ghosts across your face as he steals another kiss, and when you finally pull away, you notice his eyes are still closed. You okay? Yeah. As his eyes flutter open, he blushes, ducks your gaze, and just like that, gone is your insatiable lover. In his place is your shy, pink-eared guy you grew up with. Just committing it to memory. The two of you retrieve your forgotten clothes and put them back on. Tyson checks to make sure you're dressed before gripping the handle. Ready to let everyone back in? Almost. I just need a little bit more of this moment. The second you open that door, it won't just be us in our little bubble anymore, and I'm not quite ready to let it go yet. A smile blooms on his lips, and he catches your hand in his before lacing your fingers together. Take all the time you need. And and then he doesn't say a word. Instead, he just lets the silence coat you both as you drink in the last of your stolen moments together. And several minutes later, when you sigh and nod, just like that, he gives your hand a squeeze before letting go and opening the door for your friends. We have to find evidence that Brian didn't do the murders. Sam's right. We can't just let an innocent man rot in jail. Whoa, when did we decide he was innocent? I was all in when he was trying to prove a hunch, but Sam, it sounds like you've already made up your mind. What if he actually did do the murders? I'm with Lucky on this one. Murder or not, he's clearly a threat. He broke in and attacked us. I know Joseph Campbell revelations got you all fired up, but we've got to think this through. As all of the differing opinions weigh on you, you're forced to block out the noise and go with your gut. You guys, I really think he's innocent. Even if he's not, he deserves a real investigation with an actual evidence, not a cop yelling in his face until he cracks. If Joseph Campbell had gotten that, everything would be different. If there's one thing we should learn from his story, it's that the authorities on this island won't do their jobs if they take the easy way out. And they won't. Then we'll just have to force their hands. Alright, so what's the plan? We're going to track down the cell, turn over everything we can find, hopefully stop another man from being railroaded by the MIPD. Joseph Campbell was wrongly convicted of a murder, and we only found out the truth decades later. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. I guess I can get behind that. Tyson props himself up against the warden's desk, and as your eyes follow his hand, the corner of a spreadsheet sticks out to you. You pull it from a mess of the desktop, and relief washes through you. It's the roster. Ty, you found it. Oh, well, don't mention it. It looks like the cell is in the other quadrant. Let's hope we'll be able to find something that can confirm where Brian was during the murders. Okay, but what if hope's not enough? Better yet, what if we all get all the way to the cell only to find out Brian never stepped foot in it? Then we'll just have to search the rooms on the way. You study the roster before stepping out of the office and pointing to the left. Looks like it's that way. You wander the hall, searching the guards' barracks and the prison yard on your way to Brian's hideout. A shiver runs down your spine. Can you imagine spending years in this place? I mean, that patch of dirt is all they got from the outside world. I mean, at least when Joseph Campbell seemed like a monster, I can imagine he deserved it, but now, it's horrible to think he spent all that time locked away for nothing. When there's no response, you look over to see Tyson, where he should be, only to find him several feet back, frozen in place. I can relate to that. You backtrack towards him, but Tyson doesn't budge. He just stares straight ahead, almost dazed, and when you follow his gaze, it's locked on the door to the prison's infirmary. What's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost or something. Nothing. Sorry, I get a little weird around hospitals and stuff. Always have. That's okay, there's plenty of other hallways in the prison. We'll just take the long way around, and I wasn't freaked out at the thought of walking past it, Sam. I got freaked out because I thought I'd poke my head in and see if there was any signs of Brian, but even that was too much. I want to be braver than this, but I'm having a hard time. I'm sure Luckier's here wouldn't mind taking a look. Hey, you guys. Before you can get the words out, Tyson grabs your arm and gives it a squeeze. When you look back at him, he's torn his eyes away from the door towards you. I want to do it, but would you come with? Of course. From up ahead, Lucky and Zaire turn back to look at you. What's up, you find something? Tyson and I are going to check out the infirmary real quick, just to be sure. Okay, we'll stick around here and check things out. You take Tyson's arm, gently quelling his shaking as you enter the infirmary together. See? Nothing to be weirded out about. This place hasn't been in use for a long time. Yeah, I guess, As Tyson stays near your side, you poke around a bit, hoping to help ease his mind. But every step you take just seems to make him tense up more. Ty, you can go if you want. I'll clear the room, make sure Brian hasn't been here, and... No, that's okay. Kind of nostalgic, actually. It is? That's really sad, I'm sorry. I don't want to pry, but if you want to talk about it, I'm here. It's okay, I don't mind. I was just a preemie baby. My mom thought that's why my immune system was so bad. I caught almost everything. Chickenpox, measles, mumps, mono, you name it, I had it. Really? I had no idea. I don't talk about it much now, but I was pretty much in and out of the hospital my entire childhood. It actually is how I fell in love with the sciences. The love of science makes sense, but how on earth did you catch up in everything else? Were you missing out a ton of school? Yeah, but when I was sick, my mom would come to the hospital and homeschool me. It got to be our little ritual. The nurses loved how on top of things she was. Plus, I spent so much time away from all the kids at school, I thought I was contagious. They started calling me sick kid. I thought maybe if I doubled down on my grades, they'd call me smart kid instead, but turns out, when you're a scrawny nerd, the best you can hope for is Sheldon Cooper. So basically all you did was, as a kid, was learn? No sports, clubs, or anything? I'd try out, but the second I found something I liked, I got sick again. My mom would drag me back to the hospital. You feel a sinking feeling in your stomach, but Tyson just continues on. It's probably why I'm so weirded out by them. A part of me feels like I'll walk in and never walk out again. That's valid, but the odds are in your favor after all. Every time you walked in before, you made it out, right? No, that's not how odds work. Tyson pauses, his mind clearly trying to formulate the best way to put it. Yeah, well, it's because it turns out I wasn't really sick at all. Wait, what? My parents got divorced when I was 12. My dad won the custody battle. He brought me home and told me the truth. My mom has Munchausen by proxy. It's a condition where caretakers make up fake symptoms, or they even go so far as to create real ones. In their children. Wait, your mom just kept you in the hospital because she wanted you to be sick? Yeah, it's kind of messed up, but I guess the same way I felt like I needed to be the smart kid, she felt like she needed me to be the sick kid. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine what you went through. It must have been so hard to have a parent who's, I would say, sick. Invisible illnesses take their toll too. Yeah, honestly, I think she thought she was protecting me. She just took it too far. Still, I'm really proud of you for being able to go on and live a normal life after something like that. We all have our coping mechanisms, but thanks. That means a lot coming from you. Me? Of everyone in the group, you're probably the only one who understands me best. The girl who got no attention from her parents. Tyson gives her shoulder a gentle tap before touching the center of his chest. And the guy whose parent gave him too much attention. I mean, my parents weren't great, or even good, honestly, but they weren't abusive. Maybe a little neglectful, but what's done is done. And all we can do is move forward. He says it so resolutely, as if expecting you to agree, and a pressing thought nudges the back of your brain. It's true, but it did happen, Ty, and it's not healthy to keep it all bottled up. Okay, maybe it was awful to have my whole existence defined for me like that, but my dad always said that there's no use dwelling. I'm a man. I have to act like one. Yep, well, that gets old. Your dad's way isn't the only way to be a man, and beyond that, men have feelings, thoughts, emotions like everyone else. Ha ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Tell that to like 8 billion people on the planet, dude. No, seriously. Especially after such a life-changing experience. He sighs, shoulders sinking and the tension in his frame melting away as if your words gave him the permission he'd been seeking. We never talked about it, me and him. I didn't want him to think I was weak or be disappointed in me. I don't think you're weak, Ty. Being vulnerable with me like this makes me love you even more. Just shows how strong you are. Until you get in your first fight and she uses it against you. What? I traveled half a world away to escape my dad, but even with him nowhere near me, there were parts of me I realized stemmed from the way he treated me. Trusting that anyone really cared about me was hard, so I know how much courage it takes to open like this. He raises a hand and traces his thumb across your temple in soothing strokes. As long as I'm living, know that there is always someone who cares about you. Sigh. Your eyes flicker to his lips, and a second later, he presses a kiss to your mouth. You melt into him, reveling in the feeling of his strong body pressed against yours, muscular, warm, and only when you're sufficiently breathless do you pull away. We should probably get back to others. It doesn't look like Brian has been here. You haven't even looked, I'm gonna be honest. Right behind you. As you rejoin your friends, Zaire calls out from down the hall. Hey, what was Joseph Campbell's cell number again? 186 bunk A, why? You peer down the hallway to find Zaire standing outside of a cell with its door hanging wide open. Because I think we found it. And once you step inside, you're positive you're in the place. The small space is crammed with modern trash materials and comforts. Wow, can't believe someone would live like this voluntarily. You didn't see him when he chased me home. Stabby Joe's this guy's idol. I'm sure he was thrilled. He sniffs the pillow every night. He's like, oh, Stabby Joe! There's a bunch of canned goods over here. Some water? And here's his work badge. This is Brian's crash pad, alright. Okay, I guess we should just start looking then. You spread out across the small cell, poking through the few belongings Brian has. Tossed on top of the bottom bunk, you find a spiral notebook. Leafing through a few pages, you see it's full of cramped writing. Hey guys, I think I found his journal. Yikes. I don't know if I want to know what's going on in that guy's head. You flip through more carefully, a few pages catching your eye. Read from a page with your name on it about this year's Terror Fest. Let's go with your name. He mentions me and Destiny in here. Whoa, really? Yeah, the youngest carpenter kid is back on the island. Now both of them continue to wreak havoc on Campbell's legacy. Not that Destiny seems to need any help there. Her ridiculous internet career is managing it just fine. Sam ran away from me. But no matter, I'll see to it that they both learn a lesson. And soon. So Brian was definitely planning to confront you guys then. Learn a lesson isn't my favorite wording, but he most likely just sounds annoyed. What else is in there? You skim through the rest of the journal, but it's only more of the same ramblings. No mention of any of the other murder victims. Nothing really. I mean, it proves Brian's obsessed, but before you can finish, your eye catches on a sudden flash of red light. Almost as quickly as you register it, it disappears. Wait, did you guys see that? See what? All three of your friends turn to look at you, confused, but you just wait. I thought I saw a red, or a light, or something. Wait, there it is again! You climb on top of the bunk and reach towards a dark lump affixed to the ceiling, only to end up detaching a camera. Look! Why would Brian have a camera in here? It's safe to say that all the robbers and thieves have left the building. You turn it over to see a sticker from a label maker. Property of Morelic Chronicle. I bet this was Bex's. Whoa, so what? Did Brian kill her and take it from her? Yeah, and left it running. You're real smart. I don't think so. Bex once told me that she had eyes everywhere. This must have been what she's meant. What? That's majorly creepy. Definitely, but if Brian was here during some of the critical events, he can't be the murderer. I should check the footage for Tyson's kidnapping, Coda's murder. Kidnapping speculative. Let's go with Coda's murder. Based on the timestamps in the group chat, we agreed to meet back at the estate at 10 p.m. And we didn't find Coda's body until 11:30. You select the day prior and then fast forward to the evening. Okay, here he is at 6 p.m., settling in for a nap, and he doesn't wake up again till almost 2 a.m. That's barely enough time to get to the estate before he broke in. So, if Brian was here all the evening, we have the video evidence to prove it. Then he can't be behind the murders. Which means the real killer is still out there. And he's right behind you. As if on cue, a jaunty whistle echoes through the halls of the prison. Immediately, your friends' faces all filled with fear. They're not out there. They're in here. Everybody stay together, okay? We'll have to make a run for it. Quickly, you gather the evidence, holding it close for safekeeping, and peer out into the hallway. All right, let's go. Evidence in hand, you rush into the prison's hallways, going back the way you came on the quest for an exit. Zare, you know this place better than the rest of us. You'll be our eyes. Which way do we go? I think if we follow this hall all the way down and then take a right, we'll pop out the side entrance. Sounds good to me. Everyone... Halt! Before you can finish, Tyson cries out in your group. Stop suddenly. Ty! You turn to find a huge hole in the floor where Tyson had been, and where you had almost fallen through earlier. Lucky crouches near the hole. Ty, are you okay? You wait for a moment, your stomach knots, only for a groan to echo back. I'm fine, but I wouldn't come any closer if I were you. You might fall through too. Where are you? I'm not sure, it's too dark to tell. Let's make sure to keep yelling so the killer knows where we are. Is there a way out? Not an obvious one, but from what I can feel, I think I'm in a hole. As the whistle sounds again, you break out in a cold sweat. From their positions down the hall, Zare calls out. Sam, we've got to get out of here. We can't just leave Ty. You guys go on. I'll find a way out. But go! The longer we're all here, the more likely we're all to end up victims. Like a Lucky, quickly climb to your feet to hurry after Zare at the end of the hall. Come on, I think we found a shortcut. We just need to... Suddenly a heavy door closes and latches shut with a bang, blocking off the end of the hall. From the other side, you can just make out a muffled scream from Zare. Zare! It's a security measure. The prison's wired for doors to close during an emergency. The bastard's trapping us in. Lucky grabs your arm and drags you through the hole until you come to a crossroads. We've got to get out of here. Initially, Zare said we could follow this hall all the way down. Take a left. And most certainly they said left. Are you sure? Because I thought they said right. You look down the near identical hallways, your heart thudding in your chest. I would swear it was a left. Let's go left. Just come back if that's not it. But as you start down the hall, another large security door swings shut behind you, trapping Lucky on one side and you on the other. No. Lost, alone, you look around. I can't afford to stop moving now. I've got to find a way out. You look around, orienting yourself in the narrow passage, only to spot a big hole in the floor a few yards away. Zare said the tunnels ran underneath this place. If I can access them, I should be able to come out anywhere on the island. Just not, in places to save Zare and Lucky. Carefully, you get on the floor and lower yourself down into the tunnel. But as you let go to drop to the floor, you feel your feet get tangled up in a wad of fabric. What the? When your eyes adjust to the dark, you see the fabric is clothes of a long-dead miner, the coveralls and headlamp barely hanging on the skeleton's bones. The headlamp may be the only thing standing between me and fumbling around in the dark. I have to see this headlamp, I'm serious. Bro, what was the miner? In the last decade? Seriously? The lithium battery itself would have burned out by now. I'm just saying. Sorry about this, skeleton guy, but I promise it's for a good cause. As you finish yanking up the jumpsuit and fastening on the headlamp, something crinkles in the pocket. A map of the tunnels, thank God. How coincidental. You fumble for the headlamp as you head off down the tunnel, breathing a sigh of relief as it turns on. Magic! Only feel your stomach drop as it illuminates the killer heading down the tunnel right for you. Hello again, Sam. Oh, now you've given him a beacon of light to chase without hesitation. Without hesitation, you tear off down the tunnel, not risking a look back. I'll never be able to outrun them in here, but maybe I can try and slow them down somehow. Up ahead, you make out a large mine car, taking up most of the tunnel. I should use the contents to block the killer's path, dodge it, run, and ram the killer with the car. Block the content, yeah. You lean over as you approach the cart and notice it's full of heavy slate and rocks. Just call me Sam the Builder. No. You quickly unload the first layer on the ground. Wow, you have time for that. And without your headlamp, the stones are imperceptible. As you set off again, you keep an ear out, and sure enough, you hear as the killer trips over the rock and takes a painful tumble. Oh, son of a... Yes. You tear around a bend in the tunnel, unable to make it out what looks like a side passage leading off to the right. Wrong turn right now could get me in real trouble, but what if it's a shortcut out of here? I should keep going down the main tunnel, take a potential shortcut, check the map. You yank the map out of the mine to the pocket of the coveralls, slowing down only a little as you study it. Okay, looks like the path right up ahead should lead me to a ladder and a trap door that opens into a guard's office, and the path off to the right should take me right by the road. The ladder from 100 years ago can't be very secure. To the right it is. You shove the map back in your pocket and pick up the pace, veering off to the right and towards the exit. The guard's office probably would have been able to unlock all the doors for your friends, but no, let's leave them to die. Sure enough, before you long, you see daylight up ahead, and you scramble up the rocks towards a small opening. Yes! Without missing a beat, you wriggle out, forcing yourself through the opening and onto the street. Above, the world looks normal. Without the map, I'd have never known this little gap, but no bigger than a bucket led to the whole underworld. If I can get to the police station and give them the tape, it should be enough to keep Brian out of prison for now. Screw your friends! Seriously! As you approach the Terrorfest celebrations, you pick up the pace, shoving your way through the now raucous crowd. Hey, watch it! Sorry, a man's freedom is at stake. Yeah, because he's about to be offed. But you don't slow down or pause to look back. Instead, you grip the camera tightly in your hand until you reach the steps of the police station. There, the reporters mill about waiting for the next information drop. Detective Porter, Mayor Jackson, someone... Sam, what's going on? A conspiracy, that's what. I hold in my hands evidence that Brian Bunn is innocent. I believe the MIPD, under the direction of Mayor Jackson and Detective Porter, forced Brian to give a false confession. But why? Let's find out, shall we? Righteous indignation floods your systems as you shove open the door. But as you step in the lobby, you're stopped cold by the massacre in front of you. Huh? Bodies of several officers lay slain on the floor, and among them you spot 3 familiar faces. Hey, look! He's dead. Quick, someone start singing In the Arms of an Angel. Fly away from here. The camera in your hands drops to the floor, and as it lands in a puddle of blood, you let out a piercing scream. No! Yes! Corruption kills. Yes! Okay, anyway. Don't be dumb. Okay? Don't be stupid. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy the content, do like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out, ways to support, whatnot. Aside from that, you should be seeing something pop up on your screen right about now. That should be something you should consider checking out, especially if you reach the end of this video. That's it. That's all I have to say. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.